This is your ultimate plow machine if you decided to go that route.
We're in the warehouse today because it's freezing cold, and hey, it's Jeff Bibbens. We haven't seen you on video for a while. Where you been?
Sick.
Sick. Everybody's sick this time of year. It's just cold in New York.
Yeah, it's been a long time actually. It's been like a month, I think, since our last video.
Yeah.
So,
he's still alive, folks.
I'm here.
And you're here to tell us about a plow system and a couple other upgrades to this 1500.
I know we've already done a video on the 1500, the Mountaineer Edition, but we never really touched based on their plow system. So this is a Polaris OEM plow system. They only have one size blade on this. It's 84 inches. Very, very big plow blade on this. Customer actually added the hydraulic angle, so he'll never have to get out of the machine.
That's a nice feature. So you just a press of a button, it comes in and out.
Yep.
And turns it side to side.
And very simple to take this whole plow setup if you want to off. Just unhook here your winch, lift up there.
So you're just squeezing that red handle?
Yeah, squeeze the red handle.
Not too fast here. Show us that last step you did. You stepped on something over there.
Oh, that's just your the foot pedal that puts down. So
it's like a kickstand.
Kickstand, yep.
Okay.
So it's a kickstand, and then once you release this red lever, which goes onto that.
Oh, you got to unplug the ram.
Yep.
Hydraulic ram has a connection there.
A few moments later.
Of course, you're gonna struggle with it on camera.
Dude, it's too cold.
Yeah, we're about 8 degrees, so we're filming inside one of the warehouses today.
Yeah,
it's chilly. Yeah, it's chilly.
So yeah, once you get that off, it'll drop right off. So.
Oh, you're just pulling forward by hand. It's not that heavy, huh?
It's not. There you go.
Okay.
So drops right off, and then boom, you can go because that mount's integrated right into your frame.
All right, so that's part of the bumper. You can see it's actually welded right to the main
So that's already
structure.
on there. In the past, you've always had to bolt that on, but now, last couple of years with the Ranger 1000s and that, it's something that's integrated right on there. And then to hook this thing back up, you'll pull right up forward to it. Biggest thing is just getting that front bracket on there.
I'll help you a little bit here.
Yep, just slide it in there. There you go.
So you're just reattaching the winch hookup and lock it back in place with this big handle.
And then
now that has an auto lead stop.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to explain that to the viewer real quick? Because it just looks like a rubber bushing on there.
It's not, it's a magnet. So there's a magnet in there, and then when it gets to the fair lead here, it will stop it.
All right, so when this rubber puck looking thing comes in contact with that metal,
it disconnects and stops, shuts it off so it doesn't bring it in and break it.
Now, why don't we show them real quick, well, not real quick, let's just show them the actual controls to how to operate this.
Yeah.
We'll turn the heater off.
You have to turn the heated seats on in this thing.
I did.
Wow.
I had them on.
Yeah, so it's nice, it's a dongle. Usually they have buttons, but now you can just, if you want to go down, you just push up. If you want to go up, push down, left. Oh, I didn't plug it back in. Some of your plows on like your trucks and stuff have the same setup.
The bigger rigs use this technology.
So you can go angle it that way,
up and down. You've got your full control.
Yep. So that's an added accessory. Otherwise, you got to use your winch rig.
Yeah, which also works. Go ahead and show them that. That's just the standard in and out for your winch.
But that is not going to be beneficial to you while you are trying to actually plow.
Right. You want to keep a hand on your shifter because you're always going forward, reverse, forward, reverse.
Correct. We have a demo here, 1000 with a plow, and we didn't have this on there. I just got by. I just tried to get by without it, and I was just pushing the button in and out, and I just had enough, and then we finally put the hydraulic angle on it, and it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. Big difference. I have to get out for mine like a poor person. So Tell us about this new transmission. We no longer have a low and a high to choose from while plowing. It's just a drive, correct?
Yeah, so you just have a drive gear, and then on this side, you're going to be able to change your different settings here from you got comfort, sport, and then standard mode, and then you can do your all-wheel drive there, and then you can also unlock the rear diff there if you take that off there.
What would we want to plow in? Standard, probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, standard.
One thing I did like is the shift pattern is all the way up for drive, a click down for reverse. It skips a neutral, right?
Yeah, so there is no neutral.
There's no more neutral, so
Neutral's
shifting.
actually under here. You have to pop this out, and there's a lever in there.
Somebody called us out in the first video about, oh, there's no neutral, guys. Well,
No,
I can tell you
there
what.
is. So you pull that out, and then there's a release there for you if you need to ever get it into neutral, if your battery or something dies, because you won't be able to shift.
That's where your neutral is on this, but you have no option when you're shifting to hit a neutral. So it's literally a drive to a reverse. It's a very easy shift pattern if you're using it for plowing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just drive to reverse, and it's just down one.
Yeah.
This park's all the way down, so you're only going down one compared to on the older Rangers, you're going down 3 or 4 different gears.
I plow in low, so I have to skip my neutral. I have to find my R before I ever hit park. Yeah,
Yep, I'm usually up here trying to make sure that I'm in reverse once I'm done going forward, or I hit the snowbank, and then while you're going back, you're trying to lift the blade up and still go back at the same time. So.
Yep. Well, one thing I noticed that it's such a large vehicle. Where's your plow?
You can't see it.
You can't see it. So I think this new owner should put on some corner markers.
Yeah.
Just some flags to come off right at the corners there, and that'll give a better idea of where your plow is when you're operating.
About that. I didn't. It was we left the key on for too long, so it turned off the power steering. So I just had to reset it. So yeah, no, you can't. Even though it's up, when you're in there, you can't see the corners of that. So plowing, you're definitely going to want that. So when you angle it, you can see that. I know I had issues with ours this first time I went out. We didn't have them on there. And yeah, when it's down, you literally can't see anything. Even when it's up, you can just see barely the top of it. But if you're angling it and it's down, you have no idea where that blade is.
Yeah.
So you can't see it.
I think that's the sheer size difference of the 1000, the 500 chassis. It sits the driver further back than the 570 models where you're sit further forward. You can see over your hood easier. But this is a real nice machine because it comes heated seats, heater,
seats, everything.
blower. It's got all the things on it. The wiper, the LED light bar, everything you want to plow.
The other thing too, like if you don't want to go with like an OEM plow, you can actually put like a Boss V plow on this.
I was going to ask if they make something for it.
They do. They actually make one. And I can honestly recommend that with this machine, with the size of the suspension, I think this could easily handle that V plow, the weight that comes with it. I know some people try to put them on some smaller sized ones, like a 570, and it puts a lot of stress on that.
That's just too much weight for a 5.
Yes.
You need a chassis like this. And I would also recommend probably getting the full size because that extra length in your chassis is going to offset the weight of your plow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Be a good rig to put a Salter or something in the back.
Yeah, they do make Salters too. The same company that does the Boss plows, they make an aftermarket one for the back. And with this having the plug in the back, you already got power back there.
Oh, that's right. They offer this. Check this out.
So you got power right here.
Yeah.
So
that's
you
cool.
Plug that right in. So tailgate will go down and you'll have more than enough weight.
And from the factory, they offer this LED right in the back.
Yeah.
So that's a good work light if you're going to add a Salter.
Well, he actually was like, hey, can you put LED lights on the back? So when I back up, I go, you're not going to need that.
Already got it. Yeah, plenty bright enough.
Yeah, I took a picture. I sent it to him. Like, I don't think you need anything more back there because that is very bright. This is actually now the third one of these Mountaineers that we sold. I don't know what happened after that first video. We only ordered one that was allocated to us, and then after that, I've been able to sell 2 others.
They liked it.
Yeah.
And you got to look for that special badging. It's got all sorts of nice goodies that the other models don't come with. It is the North Star. Don't be confused. The Ranger Extreme Duty.
Yeah.
It's a badass rig.
I was kind of considering going back to
getting this.
Yeah.
Just because of what this model offers?
That, and I think I like it better than the HD11. We have to do a video on the HD11.
I know, but the HD11 has that new engine in it. It's pretty nice. I will say, when I moved this up to the dealership down from the warehouse here, The shift pattern is real nice. The transmission is real nice. Everything on it is smooth.
It's very smooth.
Yeah. You don't get that jerky motion from that old clutch setup.
You just coast. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's very, very smooth.
But everybody's going to argue it. Here come the comments.
It's the price
It costs too much.
Yeah.
So with that note, I am curious, what does this setup cost? Do you know ballpark? Like this, what is it, 80 something inch frame?
84.
84
probably like $2,500 for everything, for the blade, the frame.
And the bracket?
And the angle, yeah.
Not the hydraulic though. Come on,
No,
that
that's
can't be
what
with 25. Mm-hmm. No.
I believe so, yeah. I can double check, but yeah. I think out the door he was like at 57 grand, but he's got a trade, so.
Yeah. I would have thought it'd be more just because of the hydraulic tilt, side to side.
So the push frame is like 1,300. All right, so yeah, you're about 2,600 bucks.
Yeah.
And that, well, then you add the hydraulic angle, the actual controller, because that doesn't come with it. That's another 300 bucks. So you're probably just under 3 grand.
Yeah. The only upgrade I would make, I'm going to say it, Jeff, get rid of that stupid rope, get a strap in there. If you have a wide strap,
Yep.
it works a little bit better.
What is it, like a 5 or 10 foot piece that goes in there instead of having?
The one I use on my 570 is only 6 feet long.
6 feet, yeah.
So it starts actually out as rope, so you can feed it through the cylinder of the winch. And then
But at the end it turns
it
into
adapts 2 feet of rope to like a 4-foot strap.
Okay.
And that strap goes to your carabiner clip right
Yep.
to your plow. And it never gets twisted, it never gets tangled. That's the whole point of it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you are somebody that plows a lot or using it primarily for plowing, you probably should look into that just because of the amount of use you're going to be giving it. It's just going to probably hold up and be a little bit more durable than your average synthetic rope. He was looking primarily to plow with it. He's actually trading in, it's crazy, he's trading in a 570 Crew North Star to upgrade
For
to
this?
Yeah, he hardly used it. I think he had like 287 miles on it.
Wow.
So it's like brand new still.
So is that available for sale?
It will be, yes.
Come on
Yes.
down to the dealership. We've got good deals on trade-in models.
I'm trying to get him to come in tomorrow to pick this up. So we did get it buttoned up with getting his plow system and everything on it, and the LED 40-inch light bar on top there. So that'll help him when he's plowing.
Cool rig. Thanks for sharing it with us. If you guys want to check out everything Jeff has at his dealership, visit bibbenssales.com or just stop by the dealership.
We're located in Weedsport, just off exit 40 on Thruway.
Awesome. We'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, let's go get one.
Yeah.